Hello and welcome to Tech About Town Live, brought to you by Communitech. That's the energy. We're doing our first live podcast here in the second floor caf, in the Communitech Hub, in the Tannery, in downtown Kitchener, in Ontario, in Canada. With me today on stage instead of the studio is Deren Atkins. Deren is from a really awesome organization called Midtown Radio. Does everyone know Midtown Radio? Oh, yeah. If you don't, you're going to learn about it right now. So Midtown Radio, for those who don't know, Deren's going to give the full spiel. It is a hyper-local radio based basically around downtown Kitchener, Belmont area. It's available online. There's a lot of amazing original programming produced by people around KW. They record live as well at a bunch of restaurants and bars around town. Deren, can you tell us a little bit about your role there and a little bit more about Midtown Radio?
Thanks very much for having me, Alex. So Midtown Radio is a local nonprofit, volunteer-run organization with one simple goal, and that's advancing creative arts here in Kitchener-Waterloo. As you mentioned, we have a 24-hour, 7 days a week live stream. It is commercial-free radio. We do offer many different kinds of programming, including free podcasting platform for anybody who's starting their podcast. So if you have a podcast and you want to get it out there in Kitchener-Waterloo, please send us an email, music@midtownradio.ca, and I'm one of the people who helps curate those lists.
So it's like public access, but like Wayne's World public access, but in like maybe not as weird.
Yeah, exactly. And as you mentioned, it's hyper-local, so we focus on Tri-Cities mostly.
So how did you get involved in it? Like it's an interesting concept, right? Because I remember, I'm old, and I remember watching Pump Up the Jam with Christian Slater. Anybody else near 50 years old who remembers that movie? Yeah. And I wanted a pirate radio station. And so like I feel like Midtown is anyone's way of stealing the airwaves and fighting the FCC.
Yeah, exactly. My personal journey at Midtown Radio started just as a fan, as a local musician, and currently now as a local podcaster too. But I didn't start a podcast until after joining Midtown, and that's because I had great encouragement from the folks at Midtown and local community members. But they were doing a showcase for local musicians that I walked into, and during their intermission for the showcase, which was fabulous, it was at the Jazz Room in Uptown Waterloo. They did put a plug out and just say, hey, we're looking for folks to volunteer. And I said, well, I love what you guys are doing. Like, I don't know what I can offer, but like, happy to join. And they graciously took me up on that. And here I am about a year and a half later doing production for them. Like I said, the music acquisition and just helping overall with the programming.
What would you say like the most popular or like the signature show on Midtown Radio is, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think one that really resonates is a show called On the Scene, and it is as it sounds, it's on the scene, and it is a podcast that we run at different locations throughout KW. We love to partner with local businesses, whether it's restaurants or pubs or cafes or going to other live events that are happening. We've done movie premieres, things like that, and we talk to the local artists there and also shout out the local establishment that we're working with.
And being an online radio station is an interesting kind of tact, right? Like why online versus like starting up a radio? I mean, obviously probably buying a studio is probably really expensive.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The main goal behind it is, and also plug, we just got an app that you can download for free. So we do have an app now, but it essentially was for the cost, right? Getting airwaves is very expensive, and because we are volunteers and because we get funding and we're a nonprofit, it's not a lot of funding. So we aim to go with what the community is looking for. And honestly, we know that the online space is being utilized so much more than your local airwaves, although I think we should support that as well.
And what do you think makes a good show? Like, is there a secret sauce to it?
That's a great question. For me, I think content is king, but your personality is really what engages folks. So you could be talking about anything, any subject, as long as you're engaging. By engaging, I mean have a spin on it. Maybe that's not out of the ordinary, and just be you. Like people connect to genuine, authentic humans, especially in this world of AI. They want real people. So be you, be authentic, and create a spin.
And so if the audience is interested in not only starting a podcast, but getting it distributed in a hyper-local fashion, how do they get in touch?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get in touch with us through our Instagram account, or again, through email. You can email at info@midtownradio.ca and just tell us what you're looking to do. And we are happy to partner with anybody in the community.
Awesome. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us today on our first and hopefully not last live episode of Tech About Town, brought to you by Communitech. Thanks again to the audience for being amazing. And, yeah, we will talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me, Alex.